quote-unquote abhorrent political purpose. He stated that the UK government is working with the international community to resolve the crisis. We have this soundbite of his. Let's listen in to what he has stated.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I recognise that this only touches the edges of this catastrophe. We all know that there is only one way out: an immediate ceasefire. An immediate ceasefire that would see the unconditional release by Hamas of all hostages. An immediate ceasefire that would see a transformation in the delivery of aid. We know this. Our US and European allies know it. Our Gulf partners know it too. And I'm working night and day with them to deliver a ceasefire and a wider political process to deliver long-term peace. To make a ceasefire last, we need a monitoring mechanism, we need the disarmament of Hamas, we need a new governance framework for Gaza. This is the focus of our intense diplomacy in the region. In contrast, further military operations in Gaza City will only prolong and deepen this crisis. So together with our partners, we demand an immediate halt to this operation. Each week brings new horrors.
All right, there, of course, viewers, you've heard what exactly the UK Foreign Minister has had to say as well. I'd like to rope in Ambassador Sachdev into the discussion. Once again, we're seeing several allies of the United States of America now demand a cessation of the offensive that Netanyahu has undertaken in Gaza City. Several have also stated, including Belgium, earlier Australia and France as well, that they will be recognizing the state of Palestine in the upcoming UNGA. We do know that the United States of America is still staunchly backing Israel, and its veto is the only thing that is working in Israel's favor at the UNSC at the moment. What do you think must the Trump administration do in order to make sure that further loss of life does not take place in Gaza?
Thank you, Pia, for adding those details to what I said earlier. I would be very brief, but let me make points beyond what your question is. Firstly, recognition by a number of European states in the West Europe who have in the past supported Israel, and now they are asking for a two-state solution, such as France, etc., is very important, partly because it comes at the time when the United Nations is to hold its annual session of the General Assembly later this month. So the pressure would mount on Israel during that session. It has resisted such pressure, dismissed them cursorily, but at the same time, it may have to relent and to be seen with in at least partial compliance to the call for ceasefire. Secondly, the Belgian decision to recognize a two-state solution and recognize Palestine is important for a number of reasons. First of all, Belgium hosts Antwerp Diamond Bourse, where European Jews and now the Israelis have held sway for a very long time, for nearly 700 years. This is this may be a setback to that particular establishment, which is quite profitable to both Belgium as well as Israel. Secondly, Belgium, as you know, was itself carved out as an artificial country with after the Napoleonic Wars. And therefore, Belgium has its own memory of being crafted in the middle of Europe to avoid big European powers friction among themselves. So that is important. British uh, Foreign Secretary's statement is also very significant because Britain had the mandate to Palestine, which was broken into two-state solutions. But then Israel has not accepted a two-state solution. Its parliament has de-recognized Palestine and ruled out any uh, sway with the two-state solution. So a British statement in this regard is quite important. I note that the Britain has not yet decided to recognize State of Palestine. It may be talking about two-state solution, but it's also swayed by its proximity to the United States, which is very strongly opposed to uh, to the two-state solution and Palestine state being created. Now, coming back to your question about Trump direction in this regard, Mr. Trump has acted somewhat impulsively. He in February, if you recall, suggested, uh, to the surprise of most of the world, that Palestine should be Gaza Strip Palestinians should be deported to friendly Arab countries, and Gaza should be handed over to the United States to be created as a recreated as a Rivaria for the Middle East. This shocked a lot of people, and Mr. Trump had to amend that idea. Uh, willingly deportation, willingly departures, etc., etc. This Israeli actions uh, could not have taken place without a nod and wink from Trump administration about the attack on Gaza City. So I believe that on one hand, uh, Mr. Trump is uh, is in league with Israel. On the other hand, it has been more circumspect, keeping in view its proximity to the Gulf Arab states and to uh, other Muslim states such as Egypt, etc. So I do expect uh, Trump administration try and do something about with Egypt and Qatar to have a better peace deal, more palatable to Israelis, for a ceasefire before third week of September, when the UN General Assembly annual session begins. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for taking out time speaking to us on NewsX World today.